My name is Émile Schlesser. I made the short film Kowalski. It's about a mother and a son who don't get along with each other very well, who stem from a traditional family that used to have lots of money and power and wealth, but it all seems to crumble right now. And they are both very selfish and materialistic people and go at it like this. And it's kind of a comedy, a dark comedy satire that culminates in a very strange, like ridiculous, ludicrous, but also tragic climax.
Willst du, dass ich einen Schlag kriege?
Das kann nicht passen.
Und Leid weißt du, wird bei Kowalskis du ihm ausgesät. Mach, dass du dich nicht schneidest. Ich weiß nicht, wie lange die Leute das noch möchten.
Komm, du hast es doch gut.
There's so much hints and homages and references to film history, and Hitchcock, for instance, is all over this piece. It's full of Hitchcock little elements, and that's something I really adore. It's like this visual grammar that Hitchcock used to do so well. It's like this crafted, orchestrated way of putting images together and to create a mood and atmosphere, to create this suspense. And that was something I wanted to try. And also it's kind of an homage to an entire subgenre of horror, which is called hexploitation, or Grand Dame Guignol in French. It's about elderly women that go crazy. It's like a really complete exploitation genre from starting in the 60s with Whatever Happened to Baby Jane with Bette Davis and Joan Crawford. And it's one of my favorite films because it's so evil and so much fun, and it's kind of a nod to those films. I have this idea for this story. I've been having this for a very long time, for years actually, because it's funny, but those characters are actually more or less based on relatives from my own family. It's like caricatures and a mixture between a couple of people that are actually very near and dear to me and I love very much, but also have this kind of, sometimes this dark, really funny idiosyncrasy they have, and I just wanted to tell a story about that. It just happened at a time where I thought everything seems to change, and my grandparents died, and also aunts and uncles died, and we had to sell their houses. It was really weird with all the stories that happened inside those homes, and new people came in, and it felt like a home is always just a transitory thing where, it's never eternal. You're never just at the same place, even if it's your own body or whatever. It's just constantly moving, people moving out, new people coming after you, and just a lot of things that I had to process, I think, in that time when I wrote it. We shot it in 5 days, and I really took my time. Well, first, I really took my time in pre-production, also because we had to keep postponing because of the pandemic. So we were never really sure when we are really going to shoot this. So I used my time to really figure everything out. So I drew storyboards for the entire thing. I made mood boards, playlist with mood music, and then I scanned and edited the entire storyboard together. So I made a little animatic with dialogue and sound effects and temp music. So we had actually a complete animated version of the final film before we even started to shoot it. And then I really took my time in post-production to edit this. I don't know how much time it took, but months. Let's say 7 to 8 months, I think, including the edits, the color grading, the composition of the score, and so forth. Yeah, the first thing about funny stories that happened during the shoot, the first thing that pops into my head was, this is really weird because it's happened to me before, the main actress, Josiane Pfeiffer, who plays the mother, suddenly she had a red eye just the day before starting to shoot. There was just a blood vessel that exploded in her left eye during a rehearsal. And I was like looking at her like, what's going on? You're bleeding from your eye. What the hell? And she didn't really notice it. It wasn't nothing bad. To old people, this happens it's quite common, you know, but it's somehow made sense, and it fit the character so well. It elevated the entire thing, the entire portrayal of this character. It just made it so much more mysterious and just fit the entire world where everything is crumbling and going to shit. So it made sense in a way. The tough thing was the main obstacle, I think, was to make these characters, despite the fact that they are so unlikable, they are so selfish and opportunistic and really mean, to make the audience follow them. You need to see them in their anxieties, and see the motivation behind their despicable actions and stuff like that. So it was really difficult to find a way to, also for the actors, to find the way how to portray these characters to not completely lose the audience, you know. It feels great. It feels great to be amongst such high quality, high standard talents from all over the world. I mean, it's just I've worked so hard. We all worked so hard on this little piece, and to have it play at this festival is just a blessing. And to be in such good company is just the greatest thing.